How do you like me so far? Oh, I tell you, this is a night I never expected. I'm so pleased all of this. This by the way is I was working in London back in about 50 years ago, and one of the comics that I knew gave this to me because we were working in the theater in London, and we used to get out about 10:30 at night, and boy, it was pretty spooky out there. So he says, just take this cane, and you see, if you get any trouble, just push it like that, and when they grab it, you go, and you've got some bad hands. It worked too, it really did, I tell you. I'm just so pleased that I know and love, and I really don't want to talk too much about it because I'll never forget it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I saw you with last night.
That was no piccolo, that was my fight.
Oh, that's smart. Oh.
Yeah, ain't you gonna draw?
Yeah, but first I want to ask you one thing.
What's that?
Where'd you get that good-looking outfit there, anyhow?
Hey, we make quite a team.
Yeah, we sure. Hey, I've been dying to try that hat. Can I try that hat?
Certainly.
That's good. Now.
Well,
Hey, you still want to have a showdown?
No, I want to see the show.
Well, then let's bring on the girls.
Oh,
Where you got your horse parked?
He's double parked.
Wally Boag. I thought, wow, but I was 18 and not really seasoned enough as an entertainer to step in those shoes yet, but I walked up to his dressing room door. I found it on one of my breaks, and I was wearing goofy shoes. Honestly, yeah, sweaty t-shirt, goofy shoes, and I said, I want to like to be your understudy. And after he got done laughing,
I saw the Golden Horseshoe for the first time. I wasn't talking to you specifically. Wally, thank you for my life.
Wow. That's a lot of subs you had there. I guess you didn't show up to work very much, did you? I never really wanted to be Wally Boag. I just wanted his job.
Well, it was February of 1949 when I first met Wally Boag. I thought that would change the pace a little bit. I don't really remember it, but I've got the paperwork to prove it. When I was 6, the park opened, and I remember Dad had a 55 T-Bird, pretty cool car, and we used to run up MacArthur Boulevard through the orange groves to the park, and you probably don't know some things about Dad. Something really important I want to tell you is that he has a sense of humor. It's not always the sense of humor that you might have seen at the Horseshoe, but I'll share a couple of things with you just for a change of pace. Well, we would go up through the orange groves, and he would tell me that these were navel oranges, and I was 6, 7 years old, and I was really confused. I thought about my own navel, and I asked him, I said, Dad, I always wondered about that. What's your navel for? And, I can't really see him with the light on, but I know he's going to remember this. He said, Lawrence, that's my maiden name. Some of you are listening. So he said, there's actually a screw in there. And if you find it and you turn it, it adjusts your butt. He said, you don't want to turn it the wrong way because your butt will fall off. 10 one day when he said, come on, let's go to the park. And I looked on the seat and there was a pack of golf tees. Now, this is when he and Jerry King, remember Jerry King, the drummer in the show, were playing golf all the time with the Disneyland Recreation Club. And I asked him, I said, Dad, what are these for? He did. He said, son, this is what I rest my balls on when I drive. He didn't tell that at the Golden Horseshoe, but he told me. Well, I was never quite sure about Dad, and he gave me that car in 1965 when I was 16, and, I always kept a bag of teas in the glove compartment because I wasn't quite sure. He gave me a lot of things over the years, but you know what he gave me that was the most important? He gave me a sense of humor.
When presented with his copy of The Window. To this day, when I visit Disneyland, I always pause and give thanks when I arrive under his window, because without my father's contribution, the park would have one less legacy who helped shape and define the Disney spirit. Thank you, Walt, for hiring my dad. Thank you, Dad, for staying put in one place for more than 2 weeks.
That's a great shot.
You can get that too.
Go ahead, slide in there, Ed, so I can
How many does it take?
We'll do a Golden Horseshoe sandwich.
Let's get some pictures. Okay, we see Betty in there. Okay, try to get next to Wally. I haven't had any food yet. Okay.
Just want to take a nostril shot.
I don't want to pop up too soon.
Beautiful.
1,000 performances from July 16th, 1955 to October 12th, 1986. 39,000 performances. Think about how many hundreds of squirt guns and thousands of balloons and millions of teeth, right? And dozens of ping pong
way
paddles.
of putting them in the front row, and we'd slip a little signal to a couple of the people on the stage, and Wally seemed to always know who was going to get the most beans and who was going to get the wettest from all the little squirt guns.
Disneyland. Remember, when he came to Disneyland, he had been performing over 20 years. And so that day when he auditioned for Walt Disney, all the stars were right in the right position. And I said to him one day, Walt must have really loved your act. And he said, well, it was the right act for the right day. And everybody was like,